mister, please.
Yeah.
Rabbit, spin your wheels.
Yeah, and I once always said I wish I could be that. And I'm doing it.
That's what sparks the fire in your belly to make you want the car in the first place. The first time you see a guy who has a fucking beautiful car, is well built, put together, and everybody's around him, and you know, he's the center of attention. You're like, holy fuck, I want to be that. You know?
Yeah, and you know, at the track you get to meet so many people. I know, I got random people from Jersey following me, like, hey, yo, I seen you at the track. Or like, oh, what's up, man? Like, you know, including
the social media thing makes it funny though, right? It's fucking mad because you have people now all over the world looking at this shit, you know? Yeah. And then you have people who are, I have many people looking at your shit that aren't following your shit, but they're looking.
But they, you know.
They're looking.
They're glancing.
Yeah, they're looking, you know? But then that's all, you have to try not to read into that shit too much too, because that'll play in your head, you know?
Social media takes a big effect in you too in this world, you know? It controls a lot of people's heads. Even myself, sometimes I feel like me being away from my phone, I feel so much better.
So I like about the podcast, man, you don't, there is no phone. You're just having a conversation, you know what I mean?
It's hard for you to have conversation with people.
Yeah. It doesn't exist anymore.
No, it don't. You know, look, you go to Mexico City, you see everyone on their phones. You don't see everyone. You just see the older people communicating.
Living in the moment. Yeah. Or dealing with the car. Or,
either the racers or the people that are around them.
I find it very hard to, I'd be really torn. I gotta video this and I gotta watch it. I'd be like, sometimes I'm very, because I want to get the content, but then at the same time, I want to fucking enjoy it, you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? This whole summer, I tried, I've been making YouTube since a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I always, you know, I would be, this summer that passed by, I went to the track, I would be like, hey guys, I'm prepping the car. Sunday comes around, I'm already coming home, like, fuck, I forgot to record. So, you know, but that shootout that Fat Boy had that one day. I went, I took the GoPro and then...
Fat Boy knows how to run a shootout.
And then I took the GoPro and then I'm like, tossed it back in the car. I'm like, fuck this, I want to watch this shit. Why am I going to sit there recording?
Yo, and I love recording, but then when I go to put the videos together and start editing, I go, fuck, this shit's not easy, man. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I'm struggling on and I want to learn. Editing on YouTube.
Even editing this podcast, man. I don't have edit. So we hit record. And that's it, and then we hit stop. Beauty of that is you don't have to do chopping up, you know what I mean? Yeah. But the thing about it is you have to add, I have video, and I have to layer the audio over the video. Without my boy Arson, that'd be fun. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Arson B, shout out to the man,
making
this all happen, bringing it to your eyes for us, so.
Thank you. And,
but it's not easy, so big shout out to the media people, because most media people, they're behind the lens, they're behind the laptop, they don't get the fucking appreciation.
They're getting there too, the gas money, and they're not charging not a single cent.
You don't even have a fucking car, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing it for the sheer love of the game, you know? What do you think about the scramble? Well, we're not going to be there, I don't think, because we're going to ACO, right? April 1st. Spring Nationals is the same day as scramble.
Yeah.
So people are asking me, but I don't think I'm going to miss Spring Nationals over anything else, to be honest.
I'd just rather go to the track. But it's a cool event.
But, you know? Is it a no prep?
Yeah, I think so. But it's only to the 8th. And
it's only in the 8th May too?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Our cars are really nice.
Is Reef, does he organize that, or is he just goes to?
I have no clue. I don't pay mind to it.
Okay.
I
Reef's a good lad.
I signed up last year.
335.
When I first finished my car, I signed up. And then I contacted them. I want my refund. I don't want to go to this event. I'd rather go to the track. And,
so is that the same place where they do racetrack Nat Street?
I think so. Where Dave goes?
Calverton, where Dave goes.
Yeah, yes.
Hellboy.
Yeah. And I think that's where it is. And I've yet to go there, but...
So I'm going to ask everybody who comes on the podcast just to see what they think about this. Back home we have road racing. It's legal road racing. They turn the fucking public road into a circuit. And a couple of days every year they close down the road and they race.
I watch that a lot. That's fucking cool.
It's motorcycles.
Oh, motorcycles?
Yeah, MotoGP. Let's say over here. So the Northwest 200 is in Portrush, and then where I'm from in Belfast is the Dundalk Grand Prix. So it goes around the mountain. But they're doing over 200 miles an hour, and there's fucking bushes and driveways.
On motorcycle?
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
Look it up. But once we get a little fancier with the podcast, I'm going to start adding, you know, like maybe put a video on the screen and stuff. We'll get there eventually.
That's cool. I like road.
Check it out if you're interested.
Road course, as in cars perspective. I'm gonna take it to the cars. I want to do it. I want to do it.
So
I want to build like a
circuit car.
Yeah, a
like
B20
Lime Rock and shit.
Yeah. Like I want to build a simple setup, like a B20 VTEC.
All motor.
B20 VTEC, fucking.
The Integra, I think at one time was the best hand and front wheel drive car in the world.
Yeah. I want to build like a B20 VTEC hatch, coupe, whatever it is.
Because the wheelbase of the Integra is really good for the track. They get tripod. They get up on 3 wheels all the time.
That's like something.
I prefer corners. Like I love drag racing because I didn't know that it was so intricate. But at the same time, where I came from,
it's funny because
we're like going around corners.
My high school principal, his son does circle racing in Riverhead, like dirt track.
Okay.
And he says that I'm not a driver, and I'm like, your son.
A lot of people like they do.
But you know, it's
because anybody can throw gears. You know what I mean?
Yes,
when you
anybody can. But people don't pay attention that when you get to the track, you have to learn how to get in the groove. You need to learn how to play the tree game. You need to learn how to
staging this.
You need to learn how to confuse your opponent so you could still win. It's all a mind
games, yeah. And it all boils down to reaction.
That's not including that you still gotta also, you know, you gotta fuck with the tune. You gotta add pounds. You gotta take out pounds. You gotta do something that your car stays consistent.
Yep.
And that's something that, you know, a circuit car is just gonna go in a circle.
And then you gotta hope the fuck it all works.
Yeah. Well, the circuit cars, they are just suspension.
Yeah.
As in us, we adjust suspension before we go to the track. You know, we take our cars to alignment and corner balancing.
There's a track in Germany called the Nürburgring. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, I watched so many people crash there, and it's expensive.
I think the fastest time at the minute is like, when I was a kid, it was like 8 minutes something. I think it's down to fucking like 6 or 7 minutes now. It's 13 miles long.
Yeah.
13.7 miles or whatever it is long. Probably wrong on that, but close enough.
It's technology in cars like growing as
but it's a whole town, and the whole way around the town, the perimeter of the town is a racetrack.
And it's like uphill, downhill, right?
And you can roll up in a streetcar and just fucking pay in, and
get
away you go. You need that here, man. You know.
Yeah, and that's the United States will never view it. Look at the RPM Act; they're trying to get rid of us. It's upsetting.
See, in fucking New York City, you can't even have a loud exhaust. They're giving you a ticket for a loud exhaust on a camera.
And imagine that. We went to Times Square. I have my hood out there. So the
hood exit.
Hood exit. You know, look at Fat Boy. Hood exit. Like, you know, what's the...
GT,
Franco.
Franco GT.
Exhaust.
558, right? GT
yeah.
558.
Like, you know, it's like, you can't...
You see the picture he put up, Johnny put up, him and Johnny?
Yeah.
Striking the donkey, I laughed my balls up.
And you see, look, that guy Johnny, I didn't know who he was, but he showed up to the
Howdy, man.
Christmas
Johnny's
rollout.
Here is his Instagram, check him out, good lad.
He showed up to the Christmas rollout, and you know, that's all like friendship. I didn't know half of those people that showed up to the Christmas show, but you know, I knew Alverick, you, and
Al's a good man, so I asked Al to come on.
Alverick, Franco, you, of course, my 3 co-workers. Other than that, I didn't know anybody else.
Yeah, and the kid that took the pictures, what's his name?
Dylan. Yeah,
he's a good lad,
talented kid.
Yeah, good lad.
And you know, that's all.
He made a few dollars on there, no?
Yeah, and it's only 7 people that I knew. And look, we had 12, 15 cars, and it's a great night. We all bonded. It was freezing. I fucking froze my ass off in my car.
Cold as fuck, but we all went.
Yeah, we all had fun. You know, we had a laugh.
You had no heat too, right?
No, I got no
fucking diehard bastard. Over actually see him, no heat.
No heat.
Fuck that shit.
That time we went to Times Square, no heat. My girlfriend like suffered in that shit. But
oh man, so I have a question for you. Who do you think is the baddest car out here at the minute?
On the street?
Street, track, anywhere, just who is the baddest car doing it right now? In your opinion. It doesn't have to be right, it doesn't have to be wrong. Just who the fuck do you think?
As in, people that got their cars working good on the street?
Yeah, I would say as an all-round person, like somebody who can do it all. Like a street king, as we'll call them. But they don't even have to be on the street.
For someone that's doing it on the street and onto the track, and I pay my respects to them because they're talented. And like I said, I'm no one to hate on somebody. And no one to be like, oh, fuck this guy. Like I said, somebody was trying to buy my turbo kit, and I was recommended I was telling this guy, I was like, yo, I got a handful of people you want to go to. I was like, you could go to my tuner, you could go to Jeffy, you could go to Fat Boy, you could go to Chameleon.
Jeffy 102.
I was like, you could go to freaking Ty. I was like, you could go to many people. I'm not
Ty tuning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Ty. Ty was liking.
Gentleman.
Ty was liking all my stuff yesterday. I don't know him. I've seen him here and there, but like
he was at the race the other night.
And I'd recommend people because everyone has to eat. Everyone has to eat.
Correct.
Everyone,
And they can, man. There's fucking 8 billion people on this planet. You know what I mean?
Yes,
There is no shortage of food for any of us. What News 12 wants to say, you know what I mean? Everybody's got work.
Going back to what you said, Fat Boy knows what he's doing. He's talented. His car's working.
Mm-hmm. He was number one.
He's
first man on the podcast.
Yeah, and his car's proven to work on the street.
Street king.
This car's working. There's other people that we don't know about that we're obviously.
But in our circle, I would say he's definitely fucking.
He's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good.
Tuner, builder, driver,
talented,
good
person.
lad,
talented person.
A wife, kid. You know what I mean?
It's all comes down to talent and how much you want. If you really want.
And he likes to party. He likes to have fun too. You know what I mean? So
we went. It was Alverick. Me.
He's not all about the work, you know what I mean? He's living too.
It was a couple of us. We went to a car show in the summertime, and really drinking freaking,
Yeah, he loves it.
Drinking,
every time we go to the track, he's fucking sleeping.
Everyone was drinking and shit.
I got him a bottle of Hennessy when he was here too. He likes a little bit of his cognac juice, but sure, it's okay. You know what I mean? Whatever you're into.
It all comes down to who you are and how you. What's it called? How you present yourself. You could be a dickhead and be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm a tuner, you don't know shit. Or you could.
And there's so much of that out there, man.
Yeah, and you could present yourself.
My shit don't stink.
Yeah, you could present yourself as a gentleman and be like, hey, listen, let's have fun.
And you have to remember as well, when you're in this industry, if you're a builder or you're a tuner, you're dealing with people's fucking dreams.
Yeah. And sometimes people's dreams get hurt.
And they get emotional and they get frustrated. And you have to be on top of your game if you're going to deal with people's dreams.
Yeah, it all comes down to.
Or just be ready for the bullshit when you're not on top.
You never know. Look at me. I tuned my car. I could have blamed my tuner. My tranny blew up less than. I've tuned my car in less than 24 hours. I already broke it.
Mm-hmm.
I made it home in front of my house. I blew up my second gear. I went into second gear, and my second gear left the track. I could have been like, "Fuck you, my tuner's shitty." No. I built my SI that I mentioned at the beginning. I built the motor. I built it myself. I put piston rings, bearings in it. It's my first time as my own. I didn't, I tightened the specs too much. Took the car to tune with Miller. The motor was starting to spin a bearing. Miller pulled it off the dyno and was like, yo, listen, it's spinning a bearing. Take it home. And I could have been like, fuck you, you didn't do it. I sat there and be like, yeah, I laughed about it. It was my fault.
No, but there is a certain level of you have to just not accept responsibility, but you kind of have to take it on the chin a lot. Like even with going on with my boy KRX Mike, he fucking went over and above fixing my training, and then we still had issues, and he went over and above again to fix it.
Yeah, it's levels to it. It's always
how much do you want it? It boils down to a lot as well.
There's many people that just give up and be like, you know what, fuck this, I blew up my trainee. I walk away. Sell the car.
I fucking nearly pushed that car in the canal so many times.
And
but
it's crazy because there's those people that are in it to win it, and there's people that just give up.
Yeah.
And sometimes those people that give up, they either get another mentality and come back stronger, or they just be like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Like most kids my age, they're in the mentality of partying and drinking and going to the clubs. I'm in the mentality that
buying parts.
Buying parts. I want to go.
Too busy buying fucking parts to do anything.
Too busy buying parts. I want to go fast. I want to.
My mother and father never liked cars, and never. Well, they like cars, and I'm not gonna say they didn't fucking. Whatever. They just weren't too thrilled about me going fast. And
every parent.
Normal parent stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking talk bad about them because it wasn't anything they did bad, but I wish they had supported a little more because I wouldn't have did. I wouldn't have did drugs. I wouldn't have partied. I would have been too busy fucking buying parts.
To wrenching, and
wrenching.
That's where it...
Because that's what I really loved. That's what I really wanted to do.
That's where it upsets me in my point of view sometimes, because I wish my family was to be able to be like, hey, this... I have little siblings. I'm the only boy in the family. And my little sisters be like, oh, You know, they hear my mom say, "Hey, that stupid car." You know, she's not doing it to hurt, like, you know, in a mean
she
way.
wants you to fucking do the dishes instead. You know,
She'd rather me be, you know, in my room driving a regular car. You know, being a regular kid.
She don't want people talking shit about you. And
not in that aspect, but
but
put it, you know, safety first, and she wants me safe, and you know, my mom here, my sister's here, my mom, my little sister's here, my mom say, you know, oh, that stupid car. Now my little siblings are like, oh yeah, that stupid car. Yeah. You know, it kind of hurt.
And then you have to try and change their mentality on it. But mom doesn't really mean that. She's just,
you know, and most of the time I just walk away. I storm off and ignore it.
It's not fair, but...
It's not fair, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's going back to my dad. My dad, like I said, my dad was one of my biggest haters on my car. Sometimes I feel like it, too.
Yeah. But then he's just scared. He's probably not a hater for the car. He's a hater for what it's bringing, or what it's going to bring, or what it could bring.
And, well, he's not a hater, but, you know, he's always... To this day, he tells me, he's like, yo, listen, sell that piece of shit. Why the fuck are you still playing with it? I'm like, yo, it brings me happiness. It makes me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... You love cars. I know. There's been many times I go to vacations, I go out of state, and I'll be like, I hear a car, I'm like, oh shit, where the fuck that shit come from? You know, I went to Philly, last month or so. I was there getting a Philly cheesesteak, and I turn around, and my girlfriend's like talking to me and all this stuff. I'm like, that's an EM1. I'm like, that's just on ITRs. And she's like, what? And she's like, pay attention to
the regular people.
I'm like, look, it's an SI, it's electric blue.
And then a Rolls Royce rolls by, and you're like,
and then a Trackhawk passes by. I'm like, look, babe, a Trackhawk, and she's like, I'm never gonna get you away from this. I'm like, no, it's
in me.
It's always gonna. That's a little kid. It's the little kid in me. I'm always, you know, dogs when they hear squirrel or a toy or outside, they're like, oh shit, like they're like, you know, they start going crazy. And that's how I always view it as.
It's a beautiful thing, man, and I think it's fucking.
It's a good hobby. You know, in my aspect, it's a good hobby because kids my age, partying, drinking, and doing drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids my age are not in the mentality of saying, "Hey, listen."
I'll sit up on a Friday night and build a car at 4 a.m. and then break it the next day, and then sit back up again, and build it all over again.
Or the mentality like, "Hey, you know, I want to build a bigger future for myself." Right now, they're like, "You know what? I'm young. Let's party. Let's have fun." And you know. I kind of do lack in that sometimes.
It's the values that the car teaches you, though. Yes. People don't realize it teaches you patience, it teaches you resistance, it teaches you resilience.
I personally tried the clubbing and going out myself. I tried it with my friends, and once I saw $300,
same shit, no matter where you go.
$300 on a liquor bottle, I'm like, that's $300. I go to the track. Like, fuck this. I let it go, and you know,
$300, and all you did was try to impress some cunt that doesn't give a fuck anyway.
Exactly. And what? You get a thrill out of it, you come home, you forget about it. You're $300 short.
Or you drink the bottle and you wake up with a sore head.
Yeah. And now, as in you spend $300 with a track, you make memories.
And track, you got something to show for it.
You make memories, you make, you know, people that you meet. You make so much more. The value.
I guess there's an argument for both sides. People who drink will say, you're full of shit, we can make memories and we can meet people too. But
you know. There, you go to the track.
Looking at both sides of the
spectrum. You go to the track, you see people still drinking there. Oh
yeah.
But like, you know, as
people driving and drinking.
Yeah. You know, but I always thought, like, you know, that's in my perspective and how I think about it. I think that's never going to get me anywhere. Yeah. I'd rather build a future for my kids, build a background for the little ones that I have one day.
Yep.
You know,
and I have to say, like, I'm super impressed by you.
It's
seriously, man. It made me more, not just because of your age, but the age really fucking, like, I'm like, holy shit, this kid's 21 years old, and you're talking in the same way that it's took me 32 years to fucking get to that mentality. You know?
Like I said,
you're gonna go very far, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it. It just goes back to, like, you know, my dad, my grandfather, and everyone around me. Pee-wee. When I was 5 years old,
our boy
Pee-wee will be rolling.
Tell him, is he going to come on or what? Well,
I
you gotta call. This is your call out right now. Pee-wee, you've been asked, and you gotta get the fuck on here. Talk some shit.
Pee-wee, Chris, you know.
Sellers too. Sellers gotta come on too. It's like I said, I don't want to ask you, I think I asked you already, but is there anyone else you want to shine a light on? Is there anybody you feel like needs a light shined on for what they're doing?
Everyone, honestly, including yourself, like I said.
Well, I feel like this is what this is for. Not only, for me, I want to learn how to conversate with people better. I want to learn how to I don't know, be a better talker in life and meet more people. And I'm using this podcast for a lot of things.
Yeah, and
just working on my own head,
Yeah, it's good because.
And then in turn, I'm getting to meet people.
You're getting to meet people. You're trying to see who they really are. Look, you're surprised for my age.
Correct. Like I've met you how many times? You know what I mean? Fucking, we've been together for over 10 times, and I never know what age you were.
Yeah.
So you think you know somebody, but until you sit down across the table from somebody.
Like look at the history of my car. Not many people know the history of my car.
But now, other people watching also get a chance to look into who you are, and then when you're building a business for yourself, people are able to reference back to, this guy's a good lad.
And this is where it comes back as in going back to what I'm doing with YouTube. I'm trying to, have.
I even got invited.
Fuck. What does it call it? I'm trying to get the audience, like young people, to be like, you know what? If he's doing it, I can do it. Or people.
That's great stuff.
It's like my coworker. I showed him my preview.
Sat in the bar.
Yeah, and I showed a preview of my video that I just finished, and my coworker was like, "Listen." He's like, "Yo," he's like, "You're literally showing how you started to animate to the end." He's like, "And you don't see that."
Mm-hmm.
And that's my goal. I'm not greedy. I'm not. There's always your techniques that you keep to yourself, but in the world, you learn so much. Like you could show me, "Hey, listen, you detail this way," and I could be like, "Hey, I do this way."
And one thing I want people to know too is I'm a dummy, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not anything special.
There's very stubborn and hard-headed people that comes in through one ear and comes out the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've always learned to always have my eyes and my mentality open for new things. Because I might be doing something some other way, and somebody would be like, "Hey, listen, you don't need to be doing this. You could do it this way." And that's a lot of people just rather they have too much pride in themselves.
Or when that little voice in your head tells you, don't do it. Just like even before this podcast, every time I go to do it, I say, you know what? Maybe I should just call it off. Maybe I should just stop it. Maybe
that's my mentality with YouTube. I called it off, and then
even building the car.
Yeah,
maybe I should just stop it. But the more I feel like, the more your head tells you to stop, that's exactly the time when you have to go.
And I've always said it. You in this world, you will always be your own enemy, no matter what. And
if you have no enemies inside, you'll never have enemies outside.
Look at my friend Eric Piano.
He's another good lad. Yo, he's a fucking artist.
1050 car.
I've met him at the track a few times, but like another one, I'd like to invite him on here. Because I just want to get to know him better, I know him a little bit, but I don't really know him to talk to. He's got an EG coupe.
Yeah, 1050 car. And
more. He won.
No, turbo.
Oh, it's turbo? I thought it was all. I didn't get this fucking shit wrong all the time.
He goes into. I always ask him, like, "Yo, what do you feel like when you go down the track?" He's like, "I'm like, what do you feel like when you're fucking with the guy next to you?" He's like, "Bro, I don't think no one. I just care about."
How much did he win that day? I was there.
I
didn't stay around because it started raining, but
I don't remember.
You win like $2,000, $2,500 or something usually for winning your class, right?
I think so. We won one event.
Fucking decent.
Something.
You win $2,500.
You work hard for it.
Hell yeah. Well, you're going to be paying money to go, so at least you get something back,
And, you work hard for what you get. He's been racing 1150 for a while. That's how I am. This year I'm out to get 1150. I want it. I got the money. I got it on the money multiple times.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Now it's all about me.
I want to race you this year too. I want to get it. I'm still bracket though. I'm bracket sports. I'm with the little guys.
You gotta come up. You got 1150.
I gotta get that scatter shield and all. I gotta get ready for it.
You gotta come up, man, because as I view it right now, we got a lot of people from the island coming up to 1150.
I feel like Spring Nationals is going packed.
There's Pee Wee. There's you, me.
Top Boy's coming back.
Yeah. That's Dev.
And his car's kids. He's 1050 though.
That's Dev. There's a handful of other people that I also know that are going 1150, and it's like, damn.
I think EF Dillon as well. I think he's building another car. Coming back.
I'm not sure.
All motor M1 or something. He said. I don't know.
That's
EF King.
That's another good soul.
I
met him at the track, and good soul.
I asked him to come to him, and I swear he even said he would fly here. Guys from fucking North Carolina. He said, and I was like, what? When he said that, I was like, guy's gonna fly to do my podcast.
Another good soul,
Legend. Legend.
He shares my stuff, including yourself. When I see people share my stuff, I feel proud because I have to support. And that's what also motivates people. When you have the support.
And always remember, just when someone doesn't share your stuff, doesn't mean they don't support you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
some people get butthurt about it, but you know, it takes little things to make people's days better.
Correct.
You could compliment somebody, be like, "Hey, nice
I know
to meet
how
you."
I feel. Yeah.
And be like,
I know how I feel when somebody says shit like that to me, so I always try and do what feels nice for me to someone else.
And what goes around comes around.
Try and be a cunt a little less. It don't cost nothing,
It can
right?
be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, there's always those people that make you, you know.
I feel like Dylan as well. He's like really coming into himself. Like he's like,
yeah, he'd be having me
right?
dying.
Yo, he's funny as fuck.
With the videos he posts of himself.
With the bikers going down the road the other day. And he's like, I always wanted to be a road guy. And I was like, this guy is funny as fuck.
It's humor, you know. If you have,
but that's him being himself.
Yeah, if you have humor. Look at the other day. I posted a video of myself, and I even said it. I'm like, hey, listen, it's awkward.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you for supporting me, and I appreciate you guys because, like I said, I wanna.
Gotta put yourself out there, man. When it feels scary to jump, that's exactly when you jump.
And I want to be able to, like I said, make my YouTube into something that, like, you know, people could be like, hey, listen, I want to be a part of it. Would you mind? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I asked you.
Yeah.
Like, on the way here, I was just thinking, I'm like, listen, like, you know what? I'm gonna hit up a couple of close people that I know. My coworker, I always ask.
You start a wave, though, you know. Once you, and then other people see it, and they're like, "Oh, maybe
I want to be part of that." You know, I want to hop on the train.
This morning, I seen Eat Sleep Race. Fucking just started a podcast.
Yeah,
I was like, "Whoa!"
Like, I'm not out to become rich. I'm out to just make everyone happy and everyone be good.
Yeah.
I'm not selfish.
Everybody can eat, man.
Yeah.
And if we all try a little harder, the world would be a lot better place.
Like I said, the idea that I had popped into my head. I was discussing it with my coworker. I'm like, yo, like what else can I do to make my YouTube like, people like it? And they were like, why don't you interview people? Why don't you ask people like, hey, let's meet up. I record your car.
People like people.
Yeah, it's like a podcast, but you standing next to your car, you explain what you have in your car.
Vlogging,
you take me for a ride in your car, and that's it. That's it. And
Fernando wants to do burners in a B series. He misses the B series.
Nah.
He's coming back.
I'll definitely build a B series one day. But
Yeah.
Nah.
I like B's. I just like a look at them. I'll have a K, but I think if I have a K, it's going to be rear wheel drive. I'm going to build I don't want to say what shell yet, but I have it in mind. K series. I want to start all motor. I'll probably go turbo because I'm a fucking addict. But rear wheel drive, I want to do donuts everywhere and wreck the place.
Yeah, that's. I love K. You know what's crazy? I started off with B series, and my childhood dream was to always go K. And look, I did it young.
I didn't know K.
I
didn't know K until I came to America. K wasn't a thing in Ireland.
Really?
Because we don't have big 2-liter motor is massive for us. I mean, we have 1.2s, 1.3, 1 liter, 3-cylinder.
Yeah.
Like fucking little tiny wash machines.
It's a childhood dream to have a K series, and look, I have it now. And now I'm branching off into something else.
You're painting them, you're building them, you're driving them.
Yeah, and I'm able to share. That's where I'm feeling lucky to share it to everybody and feel like, hey, listen, I'm this young kid, you could do it. And like I tell everyone, you're welcome to hit me up. I'm not gonna be a dickhead to you.
Yeah.
And
unless you're a dickhead to him.
Yeah. And
even still, you're better off, like we said, just not engaging.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
And like I tell everyone, look at you have your business, you do detailing. I've also learned that you pay the person they're asking price. Don't bash on their business. If you tell me, hey Fernando, I'm charging you this amount of money to do your car, I'm not gonna sit here and be about.
What's your best price? They say.
Yeah.
Now, if you're selling something, I believe you can bargain.
Yes.
That's different.
But if someone's doing their hard labor on it, respect their labor and give it to them. Don't look at me. My barber charged me $30 to cut my hair. I gave him $10 extra.
$60 I paid to get my hair cut.
Really?
Hair and beard.
Well, your beard.
Yeah.
I give it $10.
That's with tip. You know what I mean?
$10 tip.
But I love my barber. Steve.
Look at Pee Wee. Look at Pee Wee.
Not that I have much fucking hair left anyway. Like I'm trying my best.
Pee Wee, say I buy a $5 part from Pee Wee. I give him $10. Why? Because they should get blessed.
100%.
They should They
buy
should
yourself
see,
a coffee, get yourself lunch, whatever.
They should
it's
see
small
that.
gesture.
They should see that they're worth something. Their hard work is worth something. There's appreciation, and that's a lot of lack in this world.
Yeah. Like when you go to a restaurant, you'll pay a 20% gratuity for shit service.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem, and you'll go back and do it again.
But then
your friend does
your friend is working on your friend starting a business. You'll sit there and not go to your friend and go to somebody else just because your friend wants to charge you this price.
You know,
it's just not how
the
it
crazy
is.
thing is making a comparison to food as well. Like if somebody goes to a restaurant, right, and they get a shit meal, they'll probably never ever go back to that restaurant again, right? But like the likes of McDonald's, you go to fucking McDonald's, they'll get your order wrong every fucking time,
and you still go.
But you'll always go back to McDonald's,
yeah.
Or like any big name chains. People always go back to corporations, but the small guy always gets fucked.
Yeah, they always lose, and that's my goal on YouTube. My goal is to help everyone out. Like
I wish you the best, man.
I wanna. Obviously, I spoke to you. I want to collab with you. I want to make videos with you. Because I want you to be out. And
that's out of my comfort. I guess it's out of my comfort zone too, but I'm all for it, man.
My point is to help people shine. Show people the little things that other people don't know.
There you go.
And, you know, that's...
And then uplifting yourself at the same time.
And if it goes good for me, it goes good. I'm not going to sit here and be upset.
Yeah. Like me, this podcast, it's costing money. Like, I paid, you know, to put it up. Like, I'm not getting anything back from it. But at the same time, what I'm getting from it is I'm learning about myself.
Yes.
I'm learning about other people.
You feel happy. You feel like a good soul. And that's what matters.
Trying the best, man. That's all we can do, right?
In this world, you live, like my dad always told me, you live once, so enjoy it the most you can. Because at the end of the day, you still go to the same place.
There you go.
And, you know, some days you have your rough days. Some days you might not. But, like I always say, the days that are rough, you just brush it off. My wrestling coach always told me, I have a lot of people that tell me a lot of things, and I always engrave it in my head. My old wrestling coach would always tell us, the front windshield is always bigger than the rear view mirror.
I actually just seen that there, so not that long ago.
And it's...
Because your future is greater than your past.
Yeah. The rear view mirror is for the back. You don't look at the back.
That's a beautiful quote, Lee.
Yeah, and it's something that a lot of people should know.
Yeah. Well, I want to make this a tradition. I've been doing this now, so you're going on the wall too. This was our moment with me and you when we first bumped into each other at Echo Dragway. Right. So I said it'd be a nice one, but I'm going to open it up here and I'm going to have you autograph it if you can, Fernando. Because we're going to try and build, like, obviously, I have a small studio at the minute, but hopefully we're going to fucking have loads of these one day.
Grow up.
You know what I mean? But you'll always be there. So you'll always be remembered as one of the first, so.
I appreciate that.
I really appreciate you, man. Coming out of your way today and doing this, so can't thank you enough. I'm gonna stick your autograph on there for when you're a big boy. I'll sell that shit on eBay. There you go, brother. Fernando.
I really
thank you so much for doing this, man. Look at the shirt he got too, Speed Factory Outlaw. All-wheel drive shirts as well as the hoodies are. Fucking class.
There you go.
Fernando.
Appreciate you.
You're a gentleman, brother. Thank you so much.
Well, like I said, there's stuff I still want to do with you, and
nah, man. But it's, like I said, fucking the point of it is to get to know the person better. Yeah. So from now, like, I lock down with you for the rest of my days. You know what I mean?
Now, you know, that's another thing too. People lack of. You know, you always gotta stay in contact with people. Yeah. You know, you always gotta be like, hey, you know, even if you guys are not best cool people, like look at you. You still you comment on my stuff, I comment on yours, and once in a while I hit you with the hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Because you never know what people are going into.
And the happiest that people are usually fucking dying inside. So
yeah, you
have to keep checking on the happy ones, man. Even all the fucking the unhappy ones always get looked after, but the happy ones always get looked over.
Yep, and you know, that's how this that's how this car community should be. And I hope this summer, like, you know, everyone just has fun. You know, like I said, you know, joking around, I said, I want to race you. I want to race Pee-wee. I want to race Pee-wee.
I know, I'm like, but I got to rock.
That's another thing, too, that people lack of at the track. That's what makes
it fun.
Losing. Yeah. People, you know, I don't street race. I get called pussy, I get called chicken. I don't pay mind to it, because at the end of the day, I know what I want. You know, at the end of the day.
What you're in it for.
Yes, but at the track, it's alright. Let's lock it up. I'll fuck you up.
And he does.
Yeah, I tell you, I'll fuck you up. I tell you, I'll fuck you up. And, you know, I'm not scared to lose. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh man, like, you know.
That's so crazy,
you win, you lose.
You're only at the, like, even though you've been doing this for so long, you're still only at the start of your journey. and look how far you are. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to see what the future has for you.
I can't wait to I've been praying and
hopefully in a year's time or so we can come back on. We'll check back in.
Of course, and
see what happens.
I want everyone part of my journey. I don't want to be this people. When fame hits people lose who they are, and that's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people's mistakes. People just be like, oh, I'm famous now. I don't need it.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Paying behind to you. I want everybody part of my journey.
You have to constantly check your bullshit, right?
Yeah. I want everybody part of my journey. Right now I got goals that I want to achieve, and if I get them, I want everyone part of it. I'm not, like I said, I was hiding everyone at first. I was hiding my car. I was hiding my accounts on Instagram, and then I had the other account.
I wouldn't say you're hiding. You're protecting it.
Yes, I was protecting. I was scared to show the world who I am.
People are dickheads.
Yeah, there's people, and I always tell everyone I'm scared my account's gonna get hacked. And then it just took one day, and I seen the subscribers go up on YouTube. I seen you, I seen Dylan, I seen
That's all it takes, man.
I see everyone supporting me. I tried getting into that New York car show. Everyone sharing, supporting me, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm putting this shit public because everyone's welcome to see what I have. I got nothing to hide.
We have this opportunity, man, where we can do this now. 20 years ago, if you wanted to fucking be on TV, you had to go to NBC, CNBC, Fox, fucking any of these outlets.
You gotta sit there and be like, yo.
Now we can literally set up a camera and just fucking broadcast wherever the fuck you want, wherever the fuck you want, at any time you want.
Yes, exactly.
So we gotta seize that opportunity. And we have exciting and interesting shit to share, so why not share it?
Like I said, there's a lot of people that I know that are going to the track. And I just can't wait to see everyone, whether they break, they freaking lose, or win. I like look, there's been many times I race at the track. I've lost. I see the car beat me. I see the beams on their side go up. And I'm in the car like this. Giving everyone thumbs up. Because why? I got nothing to lose by giving somebody the thumbs up.
One thing about the track, I will say, there is a lot less fucking animosity than anywhere else I've ever been.
There's a lot of support. It's always like, hey,
There's no real. I didn't see any dickheads,
Yeah, and there's always those people that try to get in your head.
But
you're in the staging lanes that they shake your hand. They be like, hey, how you think you're gonna do? How long?
I co-dragway people get on it.
It's funny because
the car and let's come.
It's funny because I always get into my head. That's my biggest mistake, and that's what I want to get over it this year as a driver.
But you're young too, man.
I want to get over me getting in my head because there's many times I almost made it to the semifinals, and then I missed third gear. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
K-Series over.
I'm like,
blame the K-Series. It's that fucking gear.
Nah, it's me. It's me. Why do you think I always have a GoPro on my car? I always watch.
You want to see what
I always watch whether I'm like.
Where's your bite in your clutch? Is it all the way down or is it up top?
It's in the middle.
Okay. Mine was always at the floor.
Mine was it's funny enough because I changed.
And now it's fucking all the way up top.
I changed my slave, and Randy was like, "Oh, your bike
S2K is nice, right?"
Yeah, I've always had the S2K one, and I had changed my slave because one day I lost clutch. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I blew my tranny. He was grinding third. I'm like scratching my head, and then long story short, I changed the master. Randy's like, "Yeah, your clutch should be at the floor." I'm like, "Fuck this!" I'm like, "My shit should be in the middle." Long story short, the clutch line was pinched the whole time between the chassis and the
train. You guys steel braided?
Yeah, I pinched it between the chassis and the train. I missed third gear and the motor shook, and I pinched the line, and it was pissing.
Brake fluid.
Yeah, and I didn't notice until the day I took the motor out of my car. I was like,
the shit you learn, man.
I was like, I'm touching them, I found my problem. I was like, okay, next. You learn something new, and now I know not to run my train. My clutch line.
Every day's a school day.
Yeah.
What's the plans for today? What are you doing today?
Like I said, after a certain time, it's for the lady.
Yo, and he did verbatim as when he said he goes, I got this time. Anytime after that time, it's for my woman. I was like, that's a good man.
It has to even out. Whether
how old's the missus? Same age?
She's a year younger.
Okay. You been together for long?
Now we're about to be a year. But
okay, alright, it's getting serious.
Well, you've seen her at the track.
Yeah,
she even to this day she laughs. She's like, when you went 11.501, she's like, because
she was there.
Everyone calls you McGregor, and I'm like, she's like McGregor.
Too skinny McGregor.
She was like McGregor. She's like, I don't like hugs, but he hugged me because how happy he was, how you went that number. And she's like, we're all happy, and she's like, everyone was just like so confused on how the fuck you did it. I'm like, yeah, it's just.
I wasn't confused. I seen it happening, man. I said it before you did it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go through the video.
It's funny because
I said it before you did it, and you did it, and I was like, "Fuck!"
You see, Platano was recording Pee Wee, and you were on my side, and Platano was like, "Well, Pee Wee, 1150 King," and then
oh shit!
And it's funny, like I said, I was
so happy I did it in the middle. I walked into the middle, so I got both cards.
Yeah, you caught everything. And that day, like I said, I was struggling.
I wonder what Chris Miller give me a media pass if I asked him.
Maybe. I don't see why not.
You
learn something.
I love shooting that videos, man.
It's a good talent to learn, and that's something I want to learn.
I got an eye for it. Yeah. I like it,
You should invest in a GoPro. I spent $300 and that shit takes 4K videos.
I need the 4K, beautiful. That's the thing. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Obviously you gotta take your editing. But
that's where all
we all learn.
Yeah. But shooting the shit is where people get scared. Oh, I can't edit, I can't do this. But any photographer will tell you, don't leave the house without the camera and shoot as much as you can.
Yeah. Like I said, I work at BMW. The other day I was leaving my parking lot. And I've seen a random little, not a little kid, probably 16, 17, on a bicycle. Man had a big ass camera just shooting the M's that were co-workers' cars that are M's, the M3s, X5Ms.
Fast forward 10 years, he fucking.
He's literally taking pictures of them, and he saw me and he hid the camera, and I'm like, that kid has fear because he's scared of people's opinions, and
Well, maybe somebody was a dick to him before, and
and that's the world is cruel, and Like, in my head, I'm like, I hope that kid gets blessed and overcomes that fear. And,
Well, he's fucking doing more than most because most people just think about it,
Yeah. That's how it was for me. I'm not scared to admit it. Yeah. That's another thing, too, I've learned. I'm not scared to show my mistakes on YouTube.
So you should. You can't just show the good shit.
You can't show the good shit. Because when you show... I want everyone to... Like I said, I want everyone part of the ride. I mistake. I fuck up. I want somebody to be like, oh,
you gotta show that... You're just a normal person. You're not doing anything different than anybody else. But
no one's perfect.
So I'll take that back. What you are doing different than other people is you're showing up, and you're also holding yourself accountable for what you do.
I could be like,
you'd be responsible for your own actions, and if you're doing something wrong, you have to fix it. And in order to move
that's
forward.
Another thing that I would like. I always say to now I've been saying in my YouTube, if you guys want to see something, tell me, because I want the info. And I want the feedback. If someone says, hey, listen, you could have done this. I'm not going to be like a dick and delete the comment. I'd rather be like, yo, alright, that's a good idea. I'll do it next time.
It's feedback.
Yes.
Whether it's shit feedback or good feedback, it's feedback. You have to take it all on board. But then at the same time as well, I guess when you get a little further, you have to stop looking at the feedback.
Yes.
Because feedback will affect your spark, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It'll dull your life.
The world is harsh. The world is cruel out
there. Just because somebody's feeling like shit and says that what you're doing is shit doesn't mean what you're doing is actually shit. It's just a reflection of how they're feeling.
Exactly. And, like I said, the world is cruel. And, like I said, my YouTube is the journey. You could come join me. I'm not out to...
You don't have to subscribe. You don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not...
That's the good thing about the podcast and the YouTube stuff. It's not like back in the day when you were broadcasted on TV where it was forced. You only had a certain amount of channels to watch. You had to watch that. Whereas this, you watch it or don't.
Yes, and I had somebody random. I don't know if it was a little kid or a grown-ass guy. Who knows? Somebody said, thank you for this video. I learned a lot from it. And that's my point on my YouTube.
That shit right to the heart.
That's, like I said, that's why I've been making the videos like, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because it's something special. And I got the opportunity to be blessed with my grandfather painting cars. I got blessed with seeing Pee Wee, my dad, and all them street race and build Hondas to where I'm at now.
Yep.
And I want kids to know that you could do it. Look, I always tell everyone this. I went to high school just to go to high school. I graduated. I wanted to be an airplane technician. Look where I ended up, at a BMW dealer.
Still got plenty of time to do that, though.
Never went to be a mechanic, tech school. I never went to the auto body, but I'm doing it.
Yep.
And if I could do it, little Jimmy that's coming up could do it also.
100%.
Look at that one time I came to your house. You said, I want to paint my bed. First thing I said, you're welcome. I'll help you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not scared to show anybody anything.
Yeah.
You know, if that's another thing too. If you show somebody something,
it's okay if they get better than you.
Yes, they shouldn't owe you nothing.
Yeah.
You should sit there and be proud. And that's a lot of things. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I taught him that, and he's fucking doing it better." And that's how, you know, two plates collide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one person.
You're supposed to help everybody grow, not focus.
Exactly. And that's, like I said, I keep repeating it on this.
No, it's not repeating, man. It's whatever you feel you need to say it. You know?
That's my point. It's to bring you part of my journey. You know? Show everyone that.
I'm fucking honored to be a part of it, man.
Yeah,
like he said, JDMEKFENANDO is where you find it on YouTube. Yeah. That's his Instagram as well.
I appreciate it.
Don't be sleeping, people. Get on there. You know, because you're on YouTube already. You're watching this bullshit, so get on over there, subscribe to Fernando, and give him a wee like and comment there too. So
I appreciate that. You know, you gotta start somewhere. Man.
You've already started, man. You did the hardest part. Now you just gotta be consistent. You just gotta keep
consistent. Look, I abandoned my channel for a while. It was at, I think, like 108 subscribers. 108. I abandoned it, and now I'm at 232, and I'm like, with a span of one video, and the support that everyone's giving to me. And another thing too, I kind of blew up on TikTok. TikTok's been, I put out a lot of videos.
TikTok's a crazy fucking app.
Yes, and I've been putting a lot, my cars on TikTok a lot.
I'm scared of TikTok.
Well, for many reasons.
TikTok scares me, bro. It's fucking nuts. I swear to God, I was like, I gotta get the fuck away from that.
It's addicting. But
I made it for OCD Motors because, like you said, you're just trying to get more exposure. You're trying to use different outlets. Like they have podcast shit called Rumble and all these other ones. But
and
I don't know, man. YouTube is
it's where it's at.
It's where it's at.
Yeah, it's where it's at. But like I said, TikTok kind of I must give my attention towards TikTok because TikTok made me be happy on showing my car off, likes, following. I follow 200 people and I have 1,500 followers. You know, and those are people that like my stuff.
Yeah.
You know, people that it's a small world. I have people commenting on my videos of my car at the track and be like, "Hey, I saw you there. Hey, beautiful car. I saw you at the track." You know, young kids saying, "Yo, your car is beautiful. I love the sound of it."
Yeah, the endorphins go when you get that kind of
motivation.
Response.
It's motivating. You know, obviously.
But that's kind of what scares me about TikTok. That's exactly what it's built to do. It's fuel your brain that way. You know what I mean? So you look at that app more and more and more.
It is
fucking
and
scary.
It gets addicting.
Yeah. They say it's spyware, like proper.
Yeah, but it's the media now.
Yeah.
You know.
Like we said, there's so many.
This is what ruins the world now.
Elon Musk said it best: "We're cyborgs. We're half human, half machine."
Yeah.
He said the next step is they're gonna put that phone in there.
Yep.
That's next.
So that's just how the world is, and
we got a lot to look forward to, Fernando.
Yeah, I want everyone part of it. I want whether you're my close friend or a hey and bye friend. I want everyone part of it. Look, I gathered the people for the Christmas ride out. I didn't know a lot of people there. I know you guys.
Some people aren't supposed to be there for the whole book, you know.
Exactly.
Some
and look at that one meet that I made that rollout to that gas station. Then we went to that meet at Captree. Look how many Hondas were there. And me as a person, I would have never thought I would have been able to get that much gathering at the gas station.
You're a good man, you know.
I'm
a good man. You have a nice car. You do the right thing, and people appreciate it.
Like I tell everyone, I'm not out to get you. I'm out to help you. You know, if you feel threatened that I'm out to get you, then I apologize. That's not how I'm trying to come off. I'm trying to benefit the world and, make car community good, make everyone take an aspect to, hey, listen, if this kid is, able to do it. Like I said, I keep repeating myself because it goes back to my age.
Yep.
There's many kids that don't do it because why? They have either they don't have the push, or they don't have the support, or
both.
They don't have anything. There's kids that just literally, they're the first generation to like cars, and those are the kids that get bashed on. Those are the kids that they don't know what they're doing, but
their parents don't understand it.
Yes, and they're trying to learn. And this is my whole point of my channel, my Instagram, is to show everyone that I'm young and anybody could do it. Yes. Anybody could have an 11-second car. Anybody could go 7s. Anybody could go 8s. If you want it, you're out to get it. Like I wanted a number of my, like, I wanted a dyno number on my car, and the first day I went to get dyno, you know Randy. Randy was like, nah, leave it alone.
Randy Jalopy.
Yep, Randy was like, nah, leave it alone. Leave the car at 400. Leave the car at this number.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, I've had a childhood dream. I just want to see the number once, and then we could go back to where we at.
It's like me. I want to do 10 seconds, and then I'm happy.
And I hit that number, and I could show you the video. You see me smiling and screaming because that's fulfilled the childhood dream.
Hell yeah.
And I like if people really pay attention to what I post on Instagram, you always see me giving big thank you to God and a big thank you to my supporters.
Mm-hmm.
I always thank everybody because at the end of the day,
you're grateful.
Yes, there's no point in me being selfish or me excluding people that helped me. Because at the end of the day, I make it big. I still want the people that were around me, supporting me, to be able to be like, you know what, this kid made it big, and I'm still part of it. Like I said, I wanted to collab with you. I want to make this video. It's an idea, and I want to do it. 10 years from now, your car's different, my car's different. I still want to be able to collide and be like, yo, let's do it again.
Hell yeah. Well, you just heard it here first.
Yeah. So, I'll compare and contrast. You got B series, I got K series, and I want you to be able to get in my car and be like, yo, I like this about it, but I would do this about it.
Yep.
And I want to be open for it, and I want you to be open. That's the whole point. That's why I want to start getting. I just thought about it on the way here. Like, I want to get a handful of people to start off, including yourself. Be like, we go to an empty parking lot. You present yourself. You tell me about your car. We go for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
You get on it a little bit. We speak. And then that's it. The video's a wrap. People know about you. They could either go follow you, or people will be like, oh shit, this guy has these type of wheels on the car, and that color. Yep. I like that. Let me try that.
Anything's possible, man.
Yeah, anything in the world is possible if you put your mind to it. It's always motivation out there.
It's a good bombshell there, boy. Listen, Fernando, I can't thank you enough for coming out here today. Like, you're a wee gentleman, and the information you've shared with us, and like I said, I can't believe how far you've gotten in life already. It's unbelievable, and I can't wait to see what the future has for you.
I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see where the podcast goes. As far as friendship, I'm willing to grow friendships with many people in the world.
Yeah.
I want to be able to share and know that anywhere I go, look at the YouTubers that go from Florida to New York. They all collab.
All over the fucking show.
They all interview each other. They all talk, and that's what I want in the world.
Get to know people.
Yes, and it always comes either comes good and comes bad. It's always a learning experience. Life is one. It's always learn. Keep the doors open, and obviously, if you see the negativity, walk away. It's simple. The more you stay out of the trouble, the more the more you stay tunnel vision, the more you do what you want. You get far in life.
Yep.
I hope people could get some motivation out of this video.
100%.
People could.
We've been talking for an hour and 45 minutes. They got plenty of motivation.
I've been talking to. I watch your podcast. Look at with Dave. Look at with Honda Center. Look at with Fat Boy. Everyone learns something.
Yep.
Always keep your eyes open. I want to be that person to grow. I want everyone welcome to it. I want everyone to be like, yo, this kid made it. Whether
you're on the way, brother. You're on the fucking way. So
whether it's for me or for the audience,
yep.
I want everyone part of it, and I hope you could get successful with this. I hope you could get big dogs in here, like the heavy hitters.
I do like Cedric Fast Guy said he's coming. A few people asked Sonic, asked J-Rock, asked a lot of the big names in the industry already, and a lot of them said yes, and that fucking blew me away because you're thinking these people are inaccessible, and they're saying yes, but
that's what you need.
But they're busy people. But at the same time, I want people like yourself, because it's people like it. They are the light's on them. They're on the stage.
They're on the stage, and
they don't need me. You know what I mean?
The smaller class people need it, and that's why I give you.
I want people who are on the same level as me.
I give you big props for creating this, and giving the smaller people a chance, because at the end of the day, if you're meant to blow up, you're gonna blow up. Your time will come. Just be patient. Like I said.
I'm just happy working on myself, man. Blowing up is secondary to me. I'm really all I'm just trying to do is getting better at talking and meeting more people.
And you build bigger friendships, and it all comes back to you. It's appreciation. And
getting more people to race.
More
people to do burnouts with. That's what it's all about, man.
Mickey said anybody at 11:50 could get next lane.
Let's go. We're ready. Next it's open like 7-Eleven. We're ready.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I can't thank you enough.
I appreciate
You're a fucking
you.
legend. This was episode 004 with my boy JDMEKFENANDO. Seriously, man, I can't thank you enough for coming out here today.
Appreciate it.
And we'll be checking back in with you 6 months to a year. We'll see how the fuck everything's been going with you. See how fast you've been getting.
That there's some things that can people.
And your picture's going on the wall, autographed. I got the first autograph for when he's famous and he's a big man.
I appreciate that.
Everybody, thank you so much for dialing in for the Street Kings podcast. Get ready for episode 005 coming next week. Thank you all so much. Yo.